Previous on strict Asian parents.
I'm from South Korea. If you haven't figured that out already, if you know me, like just like as a fan, like Benny D100, Ben Wilson, and a whole bunch of other people know who RJ Vlogs, George Irwin, and they know who I am, and sort of my background.
So, this is strict Asian parents 2. Yeah. So when I first got the idea to also do mine as well. The original ones were like from Jaiden Animations and CypherDen, 2 cartoonists from USA. Yeah. So having Asian parents, it's kind of different than having like any other kind of like parent in So especially if you're like in like Eastern Asia, like countries include both Koreas, Japan, China, India, Thailand, and other countries. Yep, it's like and especially Korea and Japan and China. Yeah, they're like this thing where you have to you have to respect your elders. Well, and be nice to other people, like, and the culture is kind of like different, so. So Asian parents are like especially like they are very firm with rules, like say like no, they're doing, don't go playing after like for friend's house after blah blah blah, at what time, what certain time, you bet, So if you say you go to your friend's house, they expect you to come back at a specific time. So say your parents, say you're an Asian parent, so you're like an Asian family now. So you went to like a friend's house. Parents expected you to come back at 8 o'clock, but you came back at 9 p.m. Yeah, they would be super mad and they would punish you. And so Asians, yeah, they back in the day, they really didn't like use like the, you're grounded. You're like grounded for like a week, or no video games or that kind of stuff. Well, they'll take it serious. They'll take it hard. They'll, yeah. When they say stuff, they actually mean it, and yeah, it's kind of a scary thing, and it's frustrating to deal with. So, for example, like, with my family, I had to, so like, your parents came home, you would have to like come up to them and say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And if you didn't, you would be punished. Yeah. So it's yeah, hard thing. And like they're firm with, like I said, firm with rules. So say you didn't do your work before, you did stuff, do stuff like they'll make a big fuss about it and say like do your work first, and then and then they shout, and then it turns, and that goes to yelling, and that goes to angry angry mode, and you do not want to see an Asian parent go like that. I've dealt with it several times, and yeah. Say like I accidentally broke a rule, for instance. Like, say I didn't even say hi to either my parents, or like I didn't like do my work, or yeah. I wasn't like doing something on time or such. Yeah, they were like, yeah, my mom, like, she's like, so like, from a scale of 1 to 10, she still usually starts from 1, level 1, then 2, then 4, then 6, and then 8, hissy fit mode, and 10. I'm angry at you for the rest of the day, and even the next day mode, because yeah. And yeah, my dad, he's a bit different. I think the Asian dads are much more stricter, because especially Koreans. Like when they turn, as soon as they graduate high school, and only the rich kids go to kindergarten. So it's just as soon as they finish grade 12. So it's like a grade 1 to 6, uh, 6, and so I think 9, and then 8, and then 7 to 9, and then 10 to 12, and then as soon as they finish grade 12, yeah, they go the guys go straight to military. The girls go straight to university or college. It's either of those two. No. So I've seen some people's anger levels, but yeah, my dad usually goes from level 1, usually this, and usually defend my mom, or like, and then he goes level 5, and then 10. Angry dad. Yeah. So every time like so so I don't really like play video games on like the Wii anymore much, because yeah, I don't have time. I spend more time playing Pokemon Go and a whole bunch of other stuff. So so I do love my parents, but uh, since I yeah, they weren't born here, or they don't really know like everything about the culture. They yeah. Uh, it's it's hard. So like say like so there are like times when I'm like just talking about like a little something, and like and then like like almost every single time it breaks out in an argument, like even though it's like nothing serious, and like and yeah, another thing, yeah, like Asian parents, yeah, education, that's yeah, very there's they'll say like getting like a C or like a B minus, or like with the if you go to like middle school and high school, and yeah, you'll say you get like a 70, or like something between like a 65 and 70. Yeah, like luck at the 8th grade, and they'll complain about it and say, I understand that like they're trying to like want me to be successful on like but so like I think like sometimes like Asian parents don't understand that their kids, they are trying their best, and like that like stuff and during their life that might go through, that they might have to deal with, and it's not easy being like a different kid. Say you like there's a kid from Europe, and they move to like a school in North America. Yeah, they nothing's wrong there. They will be accepted nice nicely, but it's like a thing. Like say like you're Arabic, Asian, black, or or you look sort of different. Yeah, that people always judge you for allowing your luck and your skills, and because I'm not like the smartest kid in like the class, but people do like no, I'm trying my best, and like they hang, you know, but it's a hard thing. Because lately, since I was talking about like education stuff, and then they'll like turn it into like a comparison thing, and like why you. I mentioned my ex friend Jacob Kim. I'm not really friends with him anymore because he didn't contact me after after May of last year, and then there was a girl named Angela. I never liked her. She never liked me. And yeah. So like and then there was a girl named there's like two siblings, Jenny and Joe. Joe's older. I know both of them, and I was in a class with Jenny one time. She's 1 year older than me, but and then there was like let's see, who else? There like some guy named a university student named Jeff. Yeah. And then there's a sister. I don't know her English name, but yeah. And then so the thing is like like every time like I bring something about education, they're always comparing me. Why can't you be really good as Jeff? Why can't you be good as Jacob, Angela, blah blah blah, or Jenny, or you know, it's like a hard thing. Like I hate being compared to like because like I'm like like they just need to understand that I'm just not good at like like stuff like certain like stuff, and like maybe I might be good at visual stuff or environmental stuff or some other stuff. So so they might be good at like something, and like sure but they might get like almost like 95s, 90s, 80s, blah blah blah. Not that I care about what marks they get, because I am not them and they are not me. Because I've already detached myself from their lives. Oh, and like, I don't know how I'm surviving through this, but yeah, like say like, and sometimes like words like also trigger arguments as well. Yeah, not just that when I bring up education, like say like sometimes like I say like act like because I'd rather die, or some other like word like saying like or like or I so say even if I say I disagree, like they're like my friends are very forceful, and they will like so it kind of takes them to understand that they may be wrong at times. And then and then and then there are times like I don't know I have upstairs like and they're like sort of like a think tap thing the thing so you have to push up the lever and then push it down when you're done. Sometimes like if you don't push it down properly, it leaks, and usually my mom just like reminded me the sink's leaking again, dripping water again, and then but like my dad would be like, oh you did purposely did it, like saying about like deliberately did it when I actually didn't, and like I didn't realize that the sink like that water was dripping and I in the sink, and not that I would know like cause so every time that happens there's like a freaking argument till this day. Yeah. So I have seen some strict parents before. Some are very stern, some are very angry. And then let's see another one, culture. So you guys have probably heard of BTS, right? Not behind the scenes, like beyond, because BTS actually means behind the scenes, but like I don't know, there was that Korean pop group called Bangtan Sonyeondan. which is actually spelled differently in the Korean language, and yeah. So like every time I'm in the comments and then someone says like, check out the BTS video for like the certain music video, the person actually means behind the scenes, but yeah, that keeps brought up, and yeah. So when it first started, they were like they were good, yeah. Worked with Steve Aoki a couple times. And you guys might have seen their performance with Halsey. I've not caught my dad listening to their music before, but yeah. Well, my mom doesn't like their music, but like my dad he said like oh, so you don't like K-pop, like, because every time I say like K-pop is not good, everything sounds the same, and it actually kind of does. Like, it's how if you listen to new hip hop music, yeah, they sound the same. Yeah, same thing there. And then my dad's like, oh, like, so you don't like Korean, your home country's culture, blah, blah. And then he would rant on all about it, saying that you don't support your home country, and I mean, I do support my home country, and I do support like any other countries. I've been thinking about like Australia and some other countries. I mean, like, people, and I have I do know that like if you don't like something, others should not force you to like like it, or because I'm more like a NCT 127 guy. They're good at dancing and singing. They're like another Korean pop group, but they're much better, from what I've heard. And with the culture, that also goes with food, yeah. They're like a certain kind of like noodles, or like some sort of kind of like rice, and that I like, well, food dishes and dishes that I don't really like, and I'm not really much of a fan of seafood anymore, because I don't know, I like eating sushi and like some kind of fish, but I guess it's because of the bones and the fish's body, that I have to like pick out every time. Like if it actually goes slightly all the way down, then you're like, whoop, I have to like spit it out and in the trash can, and that doesn't go well. So when it comes to food, yeah, I'm not like really much of a happy camper when they say I don't like some food, and it brings up the picky eater thing. I mean, they're not like, uh, I mean, people can't like every single food, right? Like, unless if, you know. Um, going back to the education, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like when like people are on like, you know, I'm on my break or something, and you know, like say it's a holiday, like long haul holiday, and especially with what's going on right now. Uh, I'm on expecting me to like study and stuff, and like how can I like do that when I like the subjects I'm taking are not available on like the a certain website, or you know. And because like no, I like the only people who would ever like spend their like break studying would be the either university student, college student, or like a nerd in a house, nerd in still in a, you know, school. No way. Mm. And last thing, yeah. So something. So word choice of words. This is usually triggered by my dad, and then it gets triggered, and then my mom reacts. So this, this is how it this is how it plays out. So I am just like, you know, minding my business, like typing up some stuff, or like some stuff I'm writing up, or like a write up, or like a, or say like a story I want. I'm just like writing on my free time, or you know, writing song lyrics, or you know, editing my videos, and not it's and updating my social media, and then my dad would be like, would think I was playing, and playing does not count. And I'm quite sure YouTubing does not count as playing, because oh, playing only counts as, you know, like playing games, or you know, stuff for leisure, not for like, you know. And then when I start to argue with like, and I keep when I, and then when I said it's not playing, and then he'd go, and then you go and do it again, and then I yell because I was freaking angry. I sort of have a short temper, guys. So, you know, if someone tries to piss me off, I spark. Especially people who are like rude to me, or bullying me, be racist to me, or anything. And I yell, and then my mom would take my dad's side, unfortunately, and say like, and then just say, tell me to stop yelling, and like, and I tell them, and even if I tell her that it was like my dad started it, and she wouldn't believe me. So that's why having Asian parents is hard for me. you know, people just need to understand that, you know, if, I find it hard to respect my elders and like, you know, hate them at most times. So that is also why Dark Skies World is created. I had like a fight. I had a fight with my dad, and you know, I got hurt. Sort of, a bit physically and mostly verbally. No. Voila. That is why this was created. Okay, folks, that's it for this video. That is, having Asian parents is hard. It's not the same. Please understand. That's why it might be moody, or you know, sometimes. Oh, that's it. Jumping out.